Hey there, everybody. My name is Lindsay Garensway. For those of you who don't know me, I am a platinum leader here in Pflugerville, Texas, which is outside of the Austin area. And I wanted to record this video just so you can reference this back later when it's applicable. But one of the most important things that you can do after you enroll a new member is to move them to a different spot in your team. Okay, you don't want to keep them right up on your front line. So doTERRA gives us a 14-day window to move the new enrollments wherever we want on our team. Now, if you're just getting started, you're not going to have a whole lot of options of where those people can go. But if you've been building for a while, you're going to start to see the value in moving people down lower on your team. And here's why. doTERRA has set up our compensation plan to be so that, number one, we earn more compensation on the customers that are lower down in our organization, so it benefits us. But here's why doTERRA structured it that way. Not only so that it benefits us as builders, but it also benefits our team members and our builders and sharers underneath us. So as a leader, I don't want to hoard all of my enrollments up top because it's not beneficial to me and it's not beneficial to my team. I want to disperse those enrollments throughout my team so that my leaders and sharers can be supported by that volume, and then it benefits me because I make a higher percentage on those people. So you're going to have levels within your team as you grow. Your wellness advocates, people who are sharing and building, as a general rule, you want to keep those people higher up in your organization because they're going to be enrolling and duplicating themselves and building downward just like you're doing. For those who are customers who are just ordering, you want to put those people lower, right? Because they're not going to be duplicating themselves. They're not going to be placing people underneath themselves. Now, people have two options when they enroll, right? They can either enroll as a wholesale customer or as a wellness advocate. As a general rule, I like to enroll people as customers, even if they have expressed some interest in sharing or building the business. I typically will still encourage them to enroll as customers because changing their account over from wholesale customer to wellness advocate is literally the click of a button in their back office, and they enter their social security number, so it takes no time. I like to get people acquainted with the products, get them using and loving the products daily, and then they start to share naturally as opposed to jumping into something they might not be ready for. So the great thing is that when they first enroll, you have 14 days to move them, okay? If a wholesale customer enrolls and then 90 days later decides, 90 days or more later, decides that they want to upgrade to a wellness advocate and maybe share the product or start to build a business, then you get an additional 14 days to move them, okay? So maybe you put them down low thinking they were going to just be a customer, and then all of a sudden they're loving the product and they really want to share. You might want to consider moving them to more of a leadership position in your team, so a little bit higher in your organization. If they decide to upgrade before that 90-day window, that's okay too. So you always want to be mindful when you're placing people. Place them where you think they're going to thrive best. You can only do what you know, right? So you can't ever predict exactly what people are going to do. So don't beat yourself up about it, but just be mindful of where you're placing your people and where you think they would be best supported. So I'm going to quickly show you, I'm going to share my screen with you and show you how to actually move the people if you haven't done this before. So let me just share my screen with you really quickly. So you are going to go to doTERRA.com and log in, okay? And then you're going to go to your team tab up here. And then over here on the left-hand side, you're going to click on sponsor changes. Now I just moved my new enrollments. I should have thought about that before I did this video. So this isn't the most helpful, but this is what it's going to look like, and you're going to have a list of people's names here, everybody who's eligible for a sponsor change. And from here, it's very self-explanatory. You are going to click on the person's name, click change sponsor, and then a little window will pop up. You enter the sponsor number of the person that you want them placed under on your team, okay? You keep the enrollership of that person. You still have enrollership of that person. It's just the sponsor that changes. It's just where they are in your organization. You enter that sponsor number ID, that sponsor member's ID, and click finalize, and then they and all the volume that they have on their, in their account is moved to that spot where you just placed them, okay? Okay, so so it's very simple and it seems kind of like an insignificant thing, but I promise you in the long run, this is one of the most important things you can do. So when you enroll someone, as you are going through your checklist of sending them a welcome letter, you know, doing your wellness consult, whatever it is you do to nurture your enrollees in the beginning, I highly suggest you put it in your calendar right when you enroll them. I count out 12 days for myself because if for some reason I have it in my calendar, but then that day gets by me, which happens a lot. I still haven't run out of time. I've given myself a couple of days of cushion. But that's the first thing I do when I enroll someone is I click in my calendar and I put move Kimberly. And that way it pops up 12 days later so I don't forget. Again, I don't want my front line clogged with a bunch of customers. I want to spread the love down throughout my team. So if you ever need help with sponsor changes, I can promise you, I've been doing this for almost 5 years, and like I said, I'm platinum. I still contact my upline for support with placements. My silver and above leaders still contact me for help with placements. There is no shame in that. It's because it's the most important part of the business, in my opinion. Your structure can make or break your organization, and so don't be afraid to ask for help. And where should I move these people? Where are they going to be best supported? Where does it make the most sense? Don't be afraid to ask those questions because, again, you will learn as you go. But it's something that that you know takes a while to master, and that's totally fine. So I hope that this was helpful. Please feel free to leave any comments or questions that you have. Tag your builders. Make sure your builders and your sharers know this, especially your sharers. Those people who are not doing this as a business full time, but they enroll people from time to time, let them know about this. Make sure that they know that they have that capability to move their people in their first couple of weeks in. So I hope this was helpful. I hope y'all have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.